Hold it a second, Mr. Hamilton. Thank you, sir.
Wow. 200,000 more. Looks as though somebody was out to break the worldwide insurance company.
That is unimportant. Mr. Crane and I, as the principal stockholders, bear the brunt of the loss. The vital thing is that this sabotage and arson is being directed at war industries.
Any clue to the conspirators?
Yes. My father received some startling information from the Masked Marvel.
The Masked Marvel?
Do you know his identity?
Come on, Mr. Crane, give us the lowdown.
I've prepared a statement which will give you all the information we can release at the moment.
Oh, boy. Look at this. I can just catch your afternoon broadcast with this. Come on, fellas, let's go.
The Masked Marvel, ace undercover agent, whose identity is unknown, has discovered evidence that Mura Sakima, formerly Tokyo representative of the Worldwide Insurance Company and secretly head of the Japanese espionage service, is somewhere in the United States. Mr. Hamilton will deliver to the Masked Marvel documents containing secret information about Sakima, which will undoubtedly assure his early apprehension. There's news for you, folks. Japan's master spy in our midst, and the Masked Marvel, nemesis of crime and criminals on his trail. The Masked Marvel who smashed the greatest crime ring the world has ever seen. Don't ask me who he is. I'd like to know. Hitler would like to know who he is. Perhaps Mr. Sakima wishes he knew, too.
Perhaps Sakima will know. Very soon.
I don't like it. When the Masked Marvel goes after a man, he's finished. The Marvel learns everything and strikes from nowhere. I'm going to get...
You are going to continue to obey my orders, are you not, Mr. Mace?
Yes, sir.
That is better. We are going to see to it that neither Mr. Hamilton nor his precious papers leave the city.
Goodbye, Alice.
Hold it. Get that briefcase.
And now I'll take care of you, Mr. Hamilton.
Dad! Dad!
Warren Hamilton, president of the Worldwide Insurance Company, was carried to his last resting place today. Prominent among the mourners was Martin Crane, vice president of the company and lifelong friend of Mr. Hamilton. Mr. Crane, who shot down one of the assassins, solemnly swore that all responsible for the murder would be brought to justice.
Very touching. Let us hope that you are not a true prophet, Mr. Crane.
Well, I had to say what was expected of me.
Exactly. And your bit of gunplay put you beyond all suspicion. Your position is now secure, and from it, you will continue to point out when and where we can strike most effectively to break down the United States war production.
What about the Masked Marvel?
He will be helpless without the evidence which you took from Hamilton.
Yes, Meggs? All right, put her on. It's Alice Hamilton. Yes, my dear, what can I do for you?
Mr. Crane, I just finished speaking to the Masked Marvel.
The Masked Marvel?
He expects us to meet him at my house tonight at 8.
But what can he do without your father's secret documents?
He asked me to look in Father's safe for copies, and I found them there. Photostatic reproductions of all those papers.
Well, in that event, I shall certainly be there. Goodbye, my dear.
It seems we have the job to do all over again. Those papers must be removed before the Masked Marvel arrives.
How are you, my dear? Have you heard anything more from the Masked Marvel?
No, it isn't quite time yet.
Have you the documents here?
Yes, I'll get them. must be the masked marvel.
Get your hands up.
Why, he's the man who murdered Dad.
That's right. And unless you do as you're told, the same thing will happen to you.
What do you want?
I want those documents. Get them out of there.
I will not.
All right. It's your own funeral.
Better do as he says, Alice. It'll kill both of us.
That won't help. I took care of the butler.
Did you ring Miss Hamilton?
The masked marvel!
I'll be back. Don't leave the house.
Oh. Well, I thought you were the masked marvel.
I'm Frank Jeffers. I was told to meet him here.
Oh, come in, please.
But the masked marvel just left.
He said he'd be back.
If he said so, you can depend on it.
I'm Alice Hamilton, and this is Martin Crane, Mr. Jeffers.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Come into the library, please.
Terry Morton, what are you doing here?
Hello, Frank. I came to meet the masked marvel.
Miss Hamilton, this is Terry Morton.
How do you do?
How do you do, Miss Hamilton?
Mr. Crane, Terry.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Come in, please.
Your hat's, Jim.